Frugies. Well, hello, John here, back with the beer review, and it's Black Friday, so I thought I'd do an extra video. Why not? It's Black Friday, and it's also because this particular beer that I'm going to have is a Black Friday beer. Some of you that follow me on Untapped will have seen that I did a sneaky trip off at lunchtime to the Royston. And I'm glad I did because he was doing like a Black Friday basket. Andy has got lovely, lovely beers on cask. All of them are cask beers. A bag in the box for the ciders. But he does do takeouts, so he does do cans and bottles and that kind of stuff. And he does get in some really cool stuff. They're usually a bit expensive, and I am not a huge I don't have huge wallets, unfortunately, but 30% off on Black Friday. So I thought I'd pick up a few beers, special beers, and I ended up spending, I think it was 40 quid or something in there. But anyway, never mind. I will show you. So today we are doing the 2024, I'm pretty sure it's the 2024 version of Chubbles, which is a Cloudwater collaboration with the Vale Brewing Company, and it does have some all sorts of weird stuff on their labels and craziness. It's been in the fridge for about 6 hours, something like that. It is 10% ABV, and this is a triple IPA. And I'm going off the information, so excuse me when I read from the skin, but it says, some say that it travelled to Earth from the farthest edges of the solar system. Others say it was formed by a cosmic explosion. No matter what its origins, the legend of Chubbles continues to grow. It's our annual collaboration with the Vale. And you can actually, I'm looking at the Cloudwater site, but you can look at it through the Vale site. It says, it is a supernova of modern hop flavors, brimming with ripe tropical fruits and a powerfully dank and resinous. Revel in juicy pineapple, mango, and guava, and then savor slightly overripe mango and papaya with a background of honeydew melon. It's chewy, almost sickly sweet mouthfeel, complemented by a slight touch of pine that balances out everything. I can probably find out what the hops are, and from the sound of it, it's going to have mosaic, it's going to have citron. They're probably using the verdant yeast for the dankness. Don't know. The one thing, and I don't know why Andy did this, but he's put the price label. Oh shit! Shouldn't really show you, but can you see he's put it over where the blooming thing for the can is. So it says £12.90. You saw that. I probably shouldn't have shown. Well, he does. I don't think he cares. He does watch my videos anyway sometimes. So Andy, if you're watching this one, cheers, matey. Thank you for the discount on the beers for your Black Friday basket of doom, which we'll call it. But yeah, really, really interesting. Right, it is a bit fierce. So, and I know that some of the reason why some of these are so much discounted is, well, number one, he's getting rid of stuff to bring new stock in, which is fantastic. But some of them are a little bit reaching the end of their sell by. I don't know about this one. My eyes are not working that well, but he did say if it's a wrong one or if it explodes or anything, he will give me a refund or another one or buy me a beer or something. But dude, you don't have to kind of do that stuff. But he does so because he's such a nice guy. Anyway, 10% beer for Black Friday. Ridiculous. Some say it might be 10 point something. If you go on the Vale side of Untapped, it says 10.9. So they still don't want to call it 11. So they're sticking to the 10% thing. But yeah. So, oh, Jesus, look at all that sediment. Not surprised. Wow, lots of floaty things. Can you see them in there? Jesus Christ. Yep, probably not the best, but I know this can has been sitting around for a while. Let's do something like that and hope. I'll try. Oh my God, people aren't going to want to see the floaters in there. Let's see. Should have left it. Oh, sorry. I should have left it to settle out a bit, but I didn't. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, never mind. It is one of those things. There we go. There's the Chubbles. There's me. And a grin. Interesting aroma. I was going to say the head is kind of fast disappearing, but because this is such a strong beer, I'm not surprised at all. Oh, and this can is a 440 can, so almost a pint. Wow, I'm getting, yeah, I'm getting things like a grapefruit. I'm getting pine in there. Definitely getting juice. I'm getting a bit of boozy, not bougie, but boozy. Yeah, possibly. Possibly the pineapple kind of thing. I'm not getting the stone fruit, so I'm not getting the mango and the pineapple. Oh, sorry, not the papaya. They said not getting that at the moment. Maybe that is something for the taste buds. Wow, look at all those bad boys in suspension. They're just sitting about. There's a big old one down the bottom there. Ah, don't usually like that, but yeah, in this case, perhaps it can be excused to a certain degree. I could have shaken the can up a bit, or I could have turned it upside down. That's the other way that it works sometimes. But I knew I was going to drink it, so I didn't want to shake it up too much, if that makes sense. Anyway, this is going to be a good video. So please subscribe. Please click like at the very least. Cheers and beers. Happy Black Friday to you all. Black Friday matters. Oh, wow. Okay. So, number one, really boozy. Number two, pretty dank as well. But it's kind of dank, not in, it's weird. It's hard to describe. Sometimes you get dank beers with a huge amount of hops, which this one does have. But you can also pick up dankness from the use of yeast. And I very much suspect that is the case here. I'm definitely getting, yeah, the stony kind of tropical fruits, but I'm also getting that pineapple. It's really kind of, yeah, kind of that fizzy pineapple, you know, when you leave it in the fridge for a little bit too long and it kind of starts going fizzy, and it basically means it's creating alcohol. So if you leave your pineapple in the fridge, hide it behind something, you can actually get alcoholic chunks of pineapple, even in the fridge. It's quite cool. Wow, quite a good level of carbonation, even though this does not seem like a very well carbonated beer. Look at that though, my God, absolutely fat, selfish line. I likened the line yesterday as a sort of wee beastie, like a centipede or something like that. And maybe I'll change that to an Eastern dragon for this particular beer. Right, let's dive in for some more. I can already feel it kind of hitting me. I'm getting some warm feelings, but maybe that's because I've already had 5 beers. 5 beers down, and the 6 beers are 10%er. I don't know why I do these things, dear viewer. Oh, and oh, the other thing, before I forget, and this kind of beer will make one forget. While I was in the Royston, I bumped into, well, a guy came in for delivery, and I kind of saw him pulling some casks along on a sort of trolley thing, and I sort of double took him, and I went, oh, I know that guy. That's the head brewer from Kent Brewery. And he was bringing a couple of different beers to the Royston, a Kent beer, a Mosaic beer, I believe, and 2x2. They have a special deal with 2x2. So it's really cool. And I haven't met him before. And he recognised me. He went, "Oh, all right, mate." Really cool when you're out and about, especially in pubs, especially when you're not with your other half or your friends or something. Oh, that I had friends to go to the pub with. But yeah, it's really nice. And we chatted for about half an hour while I was having a couple of beers on my lunch break. And yeah, really, really interesting times. They're talking about opening some sort of kind of, he didn't say tap room as such, but he said it would be attached to the farm collective shop, I think. But it's somewhere where you can buy the beers. The problem with Kent beers, and if you live in Kent, you'll find them around. But the main problem, if you go up to the brewery, it's in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by fields, because it's on a farm, obviously. But they don't have a tap room as such. There is a room that you can drink in, but only on special days and special events and that kind of stuff. It's not open all the time. So you have to check. Please check if you're going there, because you don't want to walk across fields from the train station, like good 2 or 3 fields to get there, only for it to be locked up. Anyway, really nice guy. So if you're watching this, my dude, cheers to you. We had a good old chat about all sorts of brewing nonsense, which is good. Pardon me. And the Royston, I don't think I can say too much about this, but the Royston are going to be doing a collaboration beer with a brewery that they like very much. I'm not going to say who, but it's really, really interesting. Hopefully that will happen. I quite like to go along as well. That sounds really greedy, but hey, we'll see. It probably won't go. I'll definitely taste the beer when it comes out. Cool. Right, let me have some more. 12 minutes in. We're kind of halfway down the glass now. I'm beginning to feel hot. Ooh, is it hot in here? Ooh, I've already kind of half undone my my shirt from when I was at work. Oh my God, I wasn't drinking superbly strong beers in the Royston because they were cask beers. So don't worry. I did some work this afternoon. Boss, if you're listening. Oh, really, really. Oh, getting more dank as I'm going down the glass. And you'll find that people talk about dankness. Um, Generally, it's a kind of green, verdant kind of, not the brewery verdant, although I wouldn't be surprised if the verdant yeast has been used in here, but they've got a really kind of dank thing going on. It's not my favorite style, to be perfectly honest. Um, it's, how can I describe it? It's almost like the new school West Coast IPA. Really kind of hop bitter, but from using lots of hops. The same way as the West Coast IPA style used to do and still does. What's the brewery that were ridiculous for doing it? It's like Flying Dog, I think they were called. And they were doing 150 or 200 IBU beers, but they were superbly clear, not like this. This is definitely a new school hazy. I guess you'd call this a triple NEPA because it's cloudy, hazy, obviously. but it is not like an old school NEPA, like Heady Topper is the best example I can think of, which I've had. Really, really nice beer, but it's still got a little bit of cleanness, whereas this is all about the haziness, the hops, the drinking, the sort of drinking from a puddle or a pond or something. Um, that's what dank is. There is a connection. I don't often say anything about the cannabinoids. I can say that because I don't smoke. I don't smoke the weed. I don't smoke the reefer. I much prefer drinking beer. Um, However, dankness is very much connected to um, like the weed kind of cannabisy type thing, of which hops, believe it or not, hops are a very close relative of the cannabis plant. Um, and terpenes and things like that, the flavor compounds, the flavonoids, I think they are. If you go really deep into the science of them and alpha acids and weird things like that, there is a bit of linkage there. So when someone says a dank beer, it's got that kind of greenness that could be associated with weed. I would say it's more like a hop soup, if that makes any sense. And your beer is, to some degree, a hop soup. But yeah, it's weird. You could have a really hoppy beer with low alcohol because they haven't put so much grain in. You could have a dank alcohol-free beer, which would be ridiculous. But I wonder if anyone's actually done that. Let me know down in the comments below if you've tried an alcoholic-free beer. Pardon me, which means, I think it means under 0.5% in the UK. What constitutes alcohol free? Don't know, but it's very low alcohol, put it that way. But with a ridiculous amount of hops. Who knows? You might have to use, I don't know if yeast would do it. You might have to use enzymes and all that kind of jazz. But anyway, let's finish this off. we're getting quite up on time. So you got your money's worth on Black Friday listening to my nonsense, but hopefully you're drinking along. I know some of you are. I do have regular people that contact me, and cheers to you guys. Hopefully you got some bargains on Black Friday. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna drink first though. Mm. I'm leaving that because it's got the floaty bits in there, so I don't want to drink. And even that last mouthful was, interestingly, it kind of perked me up. It woke me up a bit, but it was really bitter. So there we go. That is Cloudwater versus the Vale Brewery with their out of this world Chubbles beer. And it says, I don't know, I think that's, see if it will, see if it will focus on there. Chubbles. I think that says the word Chubbles in binary. So if you're really nerdy, and I'm not that nerdy, but I'm a little bit nerdy. So it definitely says that. Wow, having near on a pint of 10% beers, that's almost like 3 pints of normal beer. So I'm doing quite well. Yes, so Black Friday was a little bit of a disappointment, actually. I looked at Vocation. I'm still thinking about Vocation for their Christmas box. It's a little bit expensive this year, and it has 2 of the Allegoria glasses, and they're the same as last, and I think they're the same as the year before as well. And you're getting 2, so I probably have if I bought that, I'd have at least 4 and probably 5 of those glasses. And yeah, they're only tiny. They're only little tasting glasses. So I'm not sure if I want to get one. I might get it. Who knows? But it's £38 this year for 6 beers. So forget about the glasses. That's good £4 or £5. No, more than that. £6 per beer. When you look at what the beers are, it's like, don't know if they're that great. I was hoping they might do a special offer with free delivery, but they haven't so far. But I usually, around this time of year, buy St. Peter's Winter Ale, which is one of my favourite beers, like of all time. I think the first person that put me onto this beer was Craig Brew. No, Craig Tube. He's still around. Homebrewer from Canada. He basically was one of the people that helped me start my second homebrewing journey. And my third is going to be starting, I hope, in 2025. So I now have a brewing system, but I need to set up. I need to have a nice setup in the shed for doing all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he really liked the St. Peter's, and it was the Winter Ale is the absolute special one. I'll do a review of the 2024 one once it arrives. So I've got 2 cases of that, so that's 24 beers, and they're 6.5%. But their Black Friday deal was free delivery. That was it. And I've been waiting for at least a week, maybe 10 days, to see what their Black Friday deal was going to be. And all it was free delivery. It's like if you spend over a certain amount of money, you get free delivery anyway, which is, yeah, really weird. I thought that was a bit weak. But yeah, I bought 2 cases of that beer because I do every year because I love the winter beer, the winter ale, I should say. So that's in the post. I'm going to do a review on that one. Let me know, what kind of beers have you got? Have you got any deals, any bargains? So I've got this one from the Royston plus some others on a Black Friday deal, and I've also got the St. Peter's one. We've gone over 20 minutes, dear viewer. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for watching me drinking a 10% beer. I'm going to come back with another beer review, maybe another strong one, and that's going to happen real soon.